Hello and welcome to Lobajit Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So another INES build video. This time we are looking at the plasma bullet. Now initially this mod did not drop for me, but I have managed to get it, and last day or so I have been testing this thoroughly. And honestly, if you use the same build from my last video, it'll work perfectly. However, because this mod is so strong that I decided to dial it back a little bit, and I actually did not go all out with the MP and actually put some HP in there as well, just to make it comfortable for everyone. Because a few people did mention that in my last video, I just went too far into the MP and not enough HP. So this is the build. So if you remember yesterday's build, Time of the Hunting House, this was the build here. And only difference is I've added increased HP instead of enlightenment. That is the only difference that you need to make. So we have focus on electric, skill concentration, emergency measures, frontlines, MP conversion, nimble fingers for the cooldown, expansion for the range. Then the ancestors module is max MP crit damage. Ideally, max MP crit damage and cooldown would be the perfect setup. Although cooldown is not as important with this one, in my opinion, as it was with the other build. So max MP crit damage, those are the main two things you want over here. Electric damage would be handy as well if you get that. So over here, increased HP and MP conversion. So MP conversion reduces your HP and gives you 20% more MP. So result is we have 17,700 HP, 670 MP, which is pretty good. Now with this one here, enlightenment, we have, hang on. So with this one, enlightenment, if we put enlightenment here instead of HP, we increase our MP even further, because increasing the MP directly benefits your weapon damage. So we put enlightenment here, we're up to 740 MP. Okay, so you can go with this if you prefer, but you'll lose a lot of HP. You'll be down to 8,400. So if that feels a bit squishy in the late game dungeons, you can just go back to the increased HP. It's not going to make a huge difference. Like even here with this setup with a lot less MP than the other setup, I was still much faster than the other build. Okay, so that is basically the main thing. So how does this work? With the first skill, you get something called induced current. And when you attack enemies with a firearm or a melee weapon, it fires induced current at the monster. It bounces between the enemies. It inflicts conductor. Okay, so basically this is your gun skill. So like VSA has that frost bullet, it is the same thing. The second skill is your standard current coils, lightning conductor. Fourth skill is your snare. The third skill, it sounds fancy, tracking prey, rapidly moves forward. It basically just reloads your gun. That is the only thing. So the first skill will do a lot of damage with your weapon. Third skill, you reload the gun. If you look at the passive, the only difference here with the other one is that on firearm hits on enemies with conductor, firearm explosion damage times damage multiplier, max MP times 0.4. The max over there is 800, like yesterday. So if you can get as close to 800, you will do more damage with your weapon. That is it. So how do you use this one? Very simple. All you have to do is when you see a bunch of enemies, the ideal gun for this is the hammer and anvil. If you have made VSA, the frost bullet VSA, you should probably already have this ready to go. I'll show you the build as well. So basically make sure it is in the anvil mode, this mode here. Okay. And then make sure the first ability is always on. So you can see the first skill always rotating, always active. You need to keep that active. Okay, and then all you have to do is just fire away just a little above their heads, and boom, everything is dead. Now, notice when you run out of ammo, you use your third skill, dash forward, ammo reloaded. So shoot, dash, shoot, dash. That is it. 1 and 3. That is all you need. You don't even need to use the second and fourth skill, but occasionally you can throw in your snare and your current coils, etc. So that is how simple it is. So just make sure your skill 1 is active. So whenever you get on a bike, it'll deactivate. So when you get off the bike, make sure to activate it, because there have been occasions where I forgot or something deactivated it, and I was thinking, why am I not doing enough damage here? So that is all you need to do. Make sure skill 1 is active, and then reload with the third. That is all it is. Okay. So we already covered the build. We are using the current bonding as usual. And also next we have the external components. So I've made slight change because again, I'm not going all out with the MP. You can if you want. I have gone with the Plague auxiliary and Plague memory, and I have Hunter sensor and Hunter processor. This gives us plenty of HP because I'm focusing a bit more on the HP because again, this is so powerful that I decided not to go all out with MP. For the reactor, slight change here, tingling singularity reactor. Reason being, all the skills are singular with this one. So electric singular, electric singular, electric singular, electric singular. Okay, so all of these are electric and singular. For the Arche tuning, I've stayed with the same one. Again, we have too much power. So you can either go with something like this where we take the skill power, the MP recovery, all the skill nodes, we take the cooldown, we take the crit damage, the MP here, MP here. MP is like the useful thing here. We can take the skills here, electric chain catalyst. So this is a bit of a hybrid gun build with some skills that you'll be using as well. But you can also go with something, let me just deactivate this. You can also go with something like this here. So if you want to reduce the defense neutralization and things like that, you lose a little bit of MP, but otherwise this will be perfectly fine as well. You've got even more HP and 625 MP, which is still plenty. So you can either go with something like this or you can stay with something like this. Again, I've mostly used the standard stuff because I want to keep the builds very similar, and yeah, it is very, very effective. For the inversion reinforcement, I'm using the spatial dominance. We are using the Arche synergy, and we are reducing deploy hardened shell to reduce incoming damage. Again, very flexible with the inversion reinforcement. You can try a few things. For the dog, you can either go with the Vesper's hunting dog, although you will not have issues with the ammo. So as soon as you kill the first group of enemies, you'll get a bunch of ammo, and then you shouldn't run into issues with ammo. You'll see the footage later. And you can also go with the HP fellow, you can go with the MP fellow, whichever you prefer. You are not going to struggle with either of those things. So it's your choice. Pick whichever doggo you like. For the hammer and anvil, so this is the same build as the one I used with VSS. So this is a electric gun with the base damage. It's a shotgun. So we have fire rate, electric attack. I have put grapple hook, charge time, sprint speed. I've put additional weapon attack versus order of truth because that is also the option I have below. Additional weapon attack versus order of truth. Order of truth is the electric type. So this gun, order of truth is the toxic type. So they're weak to electric. So putting extra will be good in places like the Forbidden Sanctuary. You have multi-hit chance, multi-hit damage, firearm attack. Inside, we have action reaction, rifling reinforcement, charge amplification. Then we have the two multi-hit mods, a multi-piercing size, multi-percussion, fire rate, electric enhancement, electric priority, shell up, unstoppable smasher, and your gun is ready. So that is it, as simple as that. Very fun to use. I think she's very much similar to VS's Frost Bullet, this setup. In fact, this might be stronger even than that. So yeah, big turn of events now. INES is so powerful, it's just ridiculous. Like places like the Forbidden Sanctuary feel like a joke now. So yeah, so I'll leave you with the footage of the Forbidden Sanctuary, the underwater base, and also the bounty, the Plaudia. I'll leave those three gameplay footage. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope you have fun, and let me know what you think of this one. This is, I think, the best mod for INES right now, most powerful. If you don't like the gun setup, normal build is still pretty good. Anyway, that's it. See you next time.
Initiating the underwater base search operation, Descendant. Multiple Vulgus approaching from the front. Neutralize them.
Get out of my way! Here it comes! Come on, out in the way! Give up.
Entrance security disarmed. Descendant, proceed inside.
Go on, get lost! Get out of my way!
Descendant, destroy Destroy the device up ahead.
Go on, get lost. Here it comes.
Multiple Volga signals detected in the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
Come on, out of the way. Get out of my way.
We're detecting multiple Volga signals.
Here it comes. This is where it ends. Go on, get lost. No. Boom. Come on, out of the way.
You need to use your hover bike from here on out. Descendant, massive energy signal detected inside the laboratory. Be careful.
Here it comes.
Operation complete. Great job, Descendant.
Get out of my way. Here it comes. Go on, get lost. Come on, out of the way. Back change. Reloading. Go on, get lost. Here it comes. Get out of my way. This is going to hurt. Come on, out of the way. Go on, get lost. Here it comes. Come on, out of the way. Get out of my way. Eliminator. Go on, get lost. Here it comes. Let's end this. Damn it, no. Get out of my way. This is where it ends. Go on, get lost. Here it comes. Don't you
Initiating the bounty tracking operation. Area-wide SCV scan complete. Descendant, first we need to locate any traceable residual energy. Initial residual energy secured. Commencing data
Here it
analysis.
comes.
Begin tracking next residual
Get out
energy.
of my way.
Descendant, squad level Vulgus detected. Please eliminate them. Narrowing down the target's movements. Not far now.
No one get lost. Come on, out of the way. Get out of my way. No one get lost.
Target acquired. Enemy biodata is a match for bounty information.
Take this. Here it comes. Get out of my way. Oh, come on, out of the way. Oh, damn it. Here it comes. Go on, get lost. Come on, out of the way. Here it comes. Go on, get lost. Eliminate. Get out of my way.
Target has escaped. Go after it now.
Go on, get lost.
Additional traces identified. We're closing in on the target's location. Descendant, squad level Vulgus detected. Please eliminate them.
Come on, out of the way. No. Lone. Get out of my way.
Trackable residual energy analysis complete. Target location confirmed. Transmitted coordinates to your receive.
Give up.
Isolation containment zone deployed. Remember, Descendant, neither you nor the target can escape from the area.
Come on, out of the way. Get out of my way. Here it comes. Go on, get lost. Here it comes. Let's end this. Go on, get lost. Come on, out of the way. This is awesome. Oh, damn. Get out of my way. Here it comes. Come on, out of the way. Get out of my way. Go on, get lost. Give up.
Target neutralized. Synchronizing biodata. Operation terminated, effective immediately.